What's up guys, welcome back to another 4 generations of F1 video. In the last one I did say it was going to be an F1 comparison video, but we decided to change the name because 4 generations did just sound a little bit better. Props to Chloe because she's the one that came up with that one and it is a better name, I've got to admit. So today we're going to be racing around the Top Gear test track. I did say in the last one that we're going to be doing it on various different tracks, not necessarily F1. And it's going to be old and new tracks as well that's in here. I've got a few more videos down the line that are planned, and there is some tracks in there that you wouldn't really expect to see F1 cars going around, or haven't seen F1 cars going around depending on how much you've been around the sim scene. But yeah, today is going to be the same format as the last video, so I've taken each car around the track 10 times, and I've taken the fastest lap, and that's what you're going to be seeing in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, once again, we have the 1969 Ferrari. This was again very fun around this track, very slidey. As you can see through this first corner, whenever you're braking, the back end's just skipping out on you. But again, it was really fun. It's just the braking is what you've got to play with in this car. The braking's very hard to get right, is what I'm finding. Correcting the snaps, the oversteer and whatnot, and the slides, it's all right. It's not too bad, but like I say, the braking zone, as you're going to see here as we come up to the 100 board, braking just before it, and we almost go outside the track limits. We could have slid off, luckily we caught it. But around this corner, not too bad. The gearing, a bit weird, nice little drift. Again, catching it, and a very early braking zone here. So, very nice. It's not terrible, there's just no downforce on this car, and that's the reason why we're just not able to push it through the corners like the more modern F1s. Even the 88 McLaren, that's obviously got a bit more downforce than this car has. Yeah, getting a nice big slide through the second to last corner. Final corner and across the line, and we get ourselves a 1:13.972. It says on the shot that it's a 13.971, but it is a 972 as you can see just above. Right then, next up we have the 1988 McLaren. Like straight away, a lot better with the downforce. The first corner you're going to see is a lot different here. Still a little bit of a slide, but it gets caught a lot better, and is a lot better through these corners here. Obviously this is just a big old airfield being the Top Gear test track, so it is just flat all the way through. There is no elevation changes, which does make it a little bit easier on the cars, especially into the braking zones, because you don't have to worry about the elevation. But look, a lot later on the brakes than we had the Ferrari, and a lot better through Hammerhead. It's the only corner I actually know the name of here. Big slide there. That was the same with both the first two cars, the Ferrari and the McLaren. But here, nice and flat. I was very surprised because what you're going to see with the next car, the 2002 Ferrari, we actually have to let off a little bit more there than we do this McLaren. Nicely through second to last. Around the final corner a little bit wide, but across the line to get a 1:01.090. Again, probably my favourite car to drive. I'm not going to lie, it was in the last one. It is again in this one. Just very fun to drive. Right, next up we have the 2002 Ferrari. Through the first corner, you're going to see a little bit of similarity to the last two cars. There is just a little bit of a slide going out a bit wide, but this car just has so much speed that you don't really need to worry about it. I could have slowed down through the corners here, and it would have probably got a better lap just because I wouldn't have been doing the oversteer, understeer, and all the sliding. But as you're going to see, very, very late on the brakes compared to the other two cars. Probably the 50 board, if not just a bit further, I think we were. A lot better through this corner. And then, as I said with the McLaren, you're going to see it here, that we do just have to let off just slightly because we just weirdly don't have the downforce to get through there as well as the McLaren. Maybe it was the speed. But very nice through the final two corners. Oh, going off a little bit there. But yeah, around the final corner. Get a nice big snap. I don't actually remember that. But yeah, nice big snap around that corner. And we get ourselves a 54.240. That could actually be a little bit different. You're going to see it just above if it is. Next up, we have the 2021 McLaren. This was just a breeze. You're going to see the downforce of this car is just insane. So through the second corner, just nice and flat. Everything about this is perfect. A little bit of downshift protection there. but it's just smooth. The entire lap is smooth. Every lap I was doing with this car was smooth. A few track limit violations, as you can see in the previous lap. It was discounted. But again, there, even later on the brakes, nice and smooth around Hammerhead. And now we're just flat. We are completely flat now, all the way through here. It's just crazy how much downforce this car has and how you can take it around the corners. And look, the second to last corner, not perfect, but a lot better than the previous. Nicely around the final corner and across the line for a 53.572. Now, that car was just crazy downforce, which just made it amazing to drive around the track. But as you did see, we did have the Ferrari that was only 8 tenths behind, I believe. So yeah, that was pretty good. Right then, so the same as last time, we're going to have a nice little outro screen here showing all 4 of the cars going around the track at the same time. As you can see here, the 2002 Ferrari is slightly ahead of the McLaren, but due to the downforce, that doesn't last very long. As soon as we get up towards Hammerhead, that's when the McLaren's going to then be clear all the way through to the end. But if you wanted to compare just then, if you go back, the McLaren 88 and the 002 Ferrari, if you see the differences of them coming through these corners, it looks like the McLaren's just having a bit of a better time, and then the Ferrari's just got the all-out speed. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Like I said, there is more tracks that are planned, more tracks that are a bit like this, where they're not very familiar for Formula cars to be going round, and then some old school tracks, some new school tracks, and yeah. So, like I said, if you did enjoy, hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.